And good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner. It's Monday, the 5th of June. Morning, Paul. How was your weekend?
I'm very fine, thank you. I didn't do any barbecuing though. I'm kind of regretting I didn't manage to get that done.
Well, sorry you're regretting it. Anyway, you've got a holiday coming up, haven't you?
Yes, I do. I'm going to be off for a week.
Oh, you can barbecue to your heart's content. You going anywhere?
Going to go to Dublin this time, visit some relatives of the wife that haven't been seen for a couple of decades now.
Dublin, where they're culling all the cows to try and help climate change. Not sure that's really quite the right thing to be doing, but when we've got a food shortage. But there you go. Let's move to mining. Let's start off with there's an article in the FT today, Paul, talking about, well, rather negatively on all mining aspects in Mexico. Do you want to just talk through that?
Well, it was really concerning here that, yeah, there's a lot of complaints around it here. And what it does is it modifies some of the rules and so forth. That more or less shortens the aspects of how to apply, how long you can hold a license, and that sort of thing. It benefits the government in that regard, as it causes a higher level of turnover and higher level of receipts for fees and things like that, but it doesn't really add anything as far as the benefit is concerned, either to the mining as a sector nor to the investor interest there. So I'm not sure that it has passed, but the thing is does it do any real benefit for a whole lot? And no one seems to see that.
Yeah, it's come a little bit out of blue, I feel, as well. Anyway, maybe that's just me not keeping up. Obviously, we have our favorite clients out there, Paul, don't we? So we'll wait and see, I guess.
But we don't see any particular impact in the short term. It's just an added nuisance, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in which case, maybe we shouldn't really worry about it at all. Okay. What else you got, Paul?
Well, we got an update from Polymetal here on the continuing process to separate their Kazakh mining operations and corporate legal presence from their Russian operations. The Polymetal execs have all now resigned, such that they have no connection whatsoever with the Russian interests any longer. They've resigned from those assets. That doesn't mean they've left Polymetal. They just run the PLC listing now here in the UK, which has the Kazakh interest now. The other thing, looking very closely and rather trying to speed up the process to put a POX plant in on the Kazakhstan side of the border, where they had been moving their refractory ores in Kazakhstan northward to the POX plant that they built across the border in Russia some years ago. But now they don't want to have any connection with that anymore. Also, all the contract interests and supplier arrangements are now fully separated between the two operating entities now. And we will see by June 30, management says, as to what happens next with the Russian interests.
Yep. Russia's such a bloody nuisance, isn't it? Anyway, we won't get me going on that. Maybe worth mentioning on the TSX late on Friday, Philo Mining.
Yes, that's right. They had more than expected demand here on the latest fundraise for them, non-brokered private placement of shares priced at $21.10 per share for gross proceeds of 130 million Canadian. And that also, they also reported on the 31st that they thought it would only be 4.7 million shares, so it's 30 million more than they had expected as far as interest is concerned. The Lundin family and BHP both have taken up a share of that latest placement in order to maintain interest that they already have there, and the money will go toward the fuller development of the Filo del Sol copper project in Argentina. So we think this Filo del Sol project is, because of its grade and tonnage and ease, or apparent ease of mining, should be one of the 5 more near-term larger copper projects to be sanctioned for construction.
Does look promising. It's got good shareholders, isn't it? Okay, anything else you want to mention, Paul?
Yes, the longtime shareholders of Greatland Gold. I don't know whether they're feeling any kind of remorse or not, or just sadness, old lang syne, that Greatland Gold has exited from Tasmania altogether. Their two projects there, Fire Tower and Warrantina, have been vended over to ASX listed Flynn Gold for 2 million shares of Flynn Gold, valued at 10 cents a share, plus deferred consideration of $1 million on certain resource or production milestones being met, and they retain a 1% NSR. A long time or since inception, Greatland Gold shareholders would know that these assets were the foundation of the company for just years and years, backing the AIM listing until Greatland moved into the west or to the Patterson region of West Australia, where they made the Havieron discovery. So it's a little bit of the passing of an old era.
I don't think shareholders will be too upset though, because they've obviously been very successful in Western Australia, and you don't get many unhappy Greatland Gold shareholders. Anyway, let's call it a day there, Paul, and we will speak tomorrow. But then we'll let you go on your holiday.
Yeah, we'll speak tomorrow, and then I go. Yeah.